and stomp your feet, clap your hands, give it up for Joel O'Connor!
Uh-oh. I'm not ready for this. I'm doing it. Okay. How's it going, everybody? Good? Give it up for your comedians tonight and your hosts and the bartenders and everything. They've been great. Clap.
I love you, Drake.
Randall. Trader Joe's is like a 7-Eleven without hot dogs.
Giant size 7-Eleven.
I'm pretty sure at the 7-Eleven you can't get arugula pesto organically. What fucking 7-Eleven are you going to? Anyway, I'm going to start this off with a song, and I want you to sing along with me. Don't worry, the instructions are in the song. Here we go. If you're kind of worried about what's been going on in the world today, clap your hands. If you're kind of worried about what's been going on in the world today, clap your hands. If you're kind of worried about what's been going on in the world today, you'd appreciate it if it stopped real soon. If you're kind of worried about what's been going on in the world today, clap your hands. If you're freaking out about the fact that there's Nazis openly walking the streets murdering people, say, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
If you're freaking out about the fact that there's Nazis openly walking the streets murdering people, say, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
If you're freaking out about the fact that there's Nazis openly walking the streets murdering people, and you think to yourself, who the fuck throws in with Nazis anyway? Aren't they the bad guys? Hasn't like everything taught us they're the bad guys? Like books and TVs and movie and history? Like everybody knows what to do when you meet a Nazi. You punch him right in his fucking spread hole. Because that's what Captain America did, and that's what Bugs Bunny did, and that's what Indiana Jones did. You know who else did that? The Greatest Generation. You know why they're called the Greatest Generation? Because when they were teenagers, they got in boats, and they went to Europe, and they punched all the fucking Nazis, and when the war was over, there were a few Nazis left, and they were like, everybody's a bunch of Nazis. Maybe we should lay low for a while. 70 years, let's wait till 2017. That's our time to shine, boys, and now they're back. Say, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
If you're worried our idiot president is going to start a war with North Korea over Twitter, say impeachment, proceed. Let's move on. Thanks, everybody, for singing along with that. You guys did really good. Thanks. You guys, you're great. I heard you. What's your name? Bree? Bree? Thanks for singing along. Are you worried about this stuff too, Bree?
I'm part of the military.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Congratulations. Thank you. And so it's real? It's not all in my head?
No.
Great. Thanks, Bree. Thanks a lot. Thanks for confirming that. You know, my roommate's Blizzard told me it was all true and I didn't believe him. But I guess he's not lying anymore. Maybe there's something to that flat earth. He's a lizard. What the fuck does he know? He lives in a tank. It's flat. Okay. It's kind of hard to see, guys, because it's bright. You remember when our idiot president just stared up at the sun during the eclipse? Remember that? Fucking idiot. I did it too, though. I did it too. I mean, we all did it. Bree, you looked at the sun for just a second, right? Everybody fucking did it. Just goes to show you he's not such a bad guy. I don't know. I'm not taking the mic out of the stand, so I feel like I'm standing in the same place for too long. Hang on. That's better. Halloween's coming up soon. I love Halloween. It's a good holiday. It's the one time a year where I can dress up like Marilyn Monroe and get really drunk and nobody says anything to me. Normally they're like, get out of the park, you're scaring the kids. We call you Mr. President. Come here, I got a birthday song for you. I'm gonna call you Barb. I'm gonna call you Ituit. It's because she died from barbiturates. Okay. I do like Halloween though, but Chris said it earlier, it is kind of weird that women, your costumes pretty much fall into regular and sexy. I don't always get it. It's weird. And sometimes it's normal, like sexy witch. I get that. I grew up in the 90s. Most of the witches I met were really hot. Black chokers, black lipstick, black hair. Sexy nun, I get that too. I went to Catholic school for a little while. Whips. But sexy ghost? I don't understand that. It's weird to me. Unless you're Brittany Murphy, and then I get it. She's dead, you guys. That's why it's funny. Remember that? She's like, ooh, I wasn't clueless. I'm like, yeah, I know. I jerked off to you. Boo! That wasn't her, that was me coming. Thanksgiving's coming too. I like that holiday. It's one day a year where I can just eat like I normally do and nobody looks at me funny. I feel like a coach on that day, you guys. I can give you tips. Tip number one, wear the stretchy belt. You don't have to do anything, you just eat and your pants move with you. Tip number two, like, if you feel like you're too stuffed, just jump up and down a little bit. Just pack it in. You need a little more. Ugh. Is there room for, anybody have room for pie? Yep, I do now, let's go. Let's get some pie. Tip number three, you're not done eating until the food's stacking up your throat like you're losing at Tetris. That's when you're done. When you throw the food in and it just sits back there and you can just reach it and take it back out again and put it back on the plate, that's when you're done. That's when everybody else is done too, because they saw you do that, because it's a family affair. I really like Thanksgiving because I get too drunk and I give my nephews bad advice and it's fun. Hey, buddy, come here. And I get confident when I'm drunk. I'm like, come here, dude. Hey, remember this? When you get your paychecks, buy your booze first. Then you know how much money you have left for food and rent. Dad. Don't tell your mom I told you that. Do you know what bastard means? You do? Don't tell your mom I said that either. My sister's fine. She's great. She's a lovely person. Speaking of my sister-in-law, she had a baby a couple days ago. Uncle Joel, yeah, on my birthday. It was great. They handed me the baby and it was weird. I don't like that. They handed me the baby and you know, sometimes when you're driving down the highway at night and it's like really dark and it's quiet, kind of, and you're in your thoughts in your head and you have that urge where you're like, what would happen if I just kind of jerked my wheel and just went off the road, you know? You just kind of have that brief fantasy of like, what would happen? You don't do it, but you just think it because you have those urges, you know? So I was sitting there with the baby on my lap, thinking to myself, don't press your thumb into the soft spot. What are you thinking? I was like, take the baby away from me. They're like, why? I'm like, because I'm having urges. Now I don't get to touch the baby at all. Which is fine with me. These things are gross. All babies, they all look the same to me. They look like little maggot bodies with shrunken apple heads and they're creepy. And then everybody's always saying shit like, look, he's got his daddy's eyes and his mommy's elbows. I don't know. They all fucking look the same to me. I don't understand. Unless one of the parents is black or Asian, then I can tell the difference. Then I'm like, oh, hey, he looks like you. High five, dude. Unless he's Asian, I'm like, good. I'm a monster. I shouldn't have done that. It was bad of me. I'm sorry, Bree. Where are you? There you go. I shouldn't have done that. What branch are you joining, Bree? Air Force. Are you shooting for pilot?
Possibly later.
possibly later, like after you see how scary it is, you're like, fuck! No! Do they have the thing where I can be underground? That's what I would do. That's me. I used to think I wanted to join the Navy and be in a submarine, but then I realized I fucking hate the ocean! And, I mean, I might have been able to do it. I've been inside some things that I've hated before, but we're not dating anymore, so it's okay. I made it.
We've all been there.
Yeah. You knew my ex-girlfriend? And yeah. Infidelity. Okay. I went to the doctor the other day, and my doctor said to me, "You probably should lose some weight." And I said, "You probably should shut your fucking mouth." And he's like, "Yeah, that's what I just told you." But he asked me, you should exercise, and do you exercise? And I said, yeah. Okay, yeah. He's like, "What do you do?" I said, "I walk." He's like, and I heard him give up on me mid-sentence. He's like, "Walking? Oh, well, yeah, there's other things you could, have you thought, never mind, it's fine. Walking's fine, that's all you're gonna get, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do." So I looked at the list of possible exercises and just kind of went down the list until I was like, running, lifting weights. I lift weights every day when I get out of bed. And then I got to walking, I'm like, fuck. Oh, am I Superman? Fine. Okay. I was on a walk a while ago, and it was a good hard walk. I was sweating, and I walked up the hill to the university. It's a hill. I got to the top of the hill, and I was sweating and huffing and puffing, and I got to the corner, and there was this really cute college girl like walking to the corner at the same time, and we were waiting to cross together. And then, because I thought to myself, maybe she was thinking to herself, "Oh, this is your chance, Becky. You've been waiting for that Asian fat nerd your whole life. It's your white whale. I'm gonna walk up to him, I'm gonna tell him how I really like Captain Kirk, and I really like the Enterprise, and oh my god, comic books? Yeah, I'm totally into those. Hey, I wish I was born in the 80s and I listened to Nirvana, and he's gonna fall in love with me forever." It's not weird. It's weird. So I had to do that thing where I pretended like I was not out of breath while waiting to cross the street. So I was like, "How's it going?" "Good? Yeah, oh, that's nice." "Oh, that's not sweat. It was raining over there. Hold me up, please. And if you have any cake, that'd be great." I was not her white whale. It was just a regular whale. Hey, it's Dimmer over here. "Oh, I can see what you look like, Bertie. You're blonde." "Cool. What's your name next to her?" "Daniel. You guys dating? Or did I just make this weird?" "Dating. Good. I mean, good for you, not good for my set. But it would have been better if it was awkward. Is there anybody else I can make it awkward for? No? I mean, you wouldn't raise your hand. I get it. I'm making it awkward enough for everybody right now. Let me do it some more. So I was doing chores at my house the other day, and I needed some stuff from the store. I just jumped in my car real quick and I drove to the store. I didn't change anything. And as I was walking in the store, I had three realizations real quick in a row. The first one was, I'm wearing black plastic beach sandals and white socks. The second realization was, I don't give a fuck about that. The third realization was, oh, I'm an old now. And as I think that's what getting old is. It's just a series of things you just don't give a fuck about anymore. And that sounds kind of great. I'm really looking forward to some of that stuff. I'm looking forward to answering people's questions with, that sounds fun. Just not caring, not giving a fuck that my balls are hanging out of my pants. That sounds like freedom to me. Now I have to go to special clubs for that. There aren't any special clubs in this town. I wish there was. Okay. But I still give a fuck about some things, so I'm not quite old yet. Because I lied to you guys when I said I didn't give a fuck about my sandals. On the way back out to the car, I was like, you did a real good job, Joel. You didn't give a fuck about those people and your sandals. You were wearing white sandals or black sandals and white socks. It's terrible, but who cares? It's awful. Why are you doing it though? And it's holy shit, get to the car. Everybody's looking at you. What the fuck's wrong with you? Nobody loves you. So yeah, clearly give a fuck about some things. I still give a fuck about getting my share of the pizza. That's very important to me. Give a fuck about I like jazz, but not smooth jazz. I'm still not quite there yet. And are Ross and Rachel gonna be together forever? I don't know, but I care still. I need friends. You said, but I know I shouldn't care. But somehow I do. I need friends. Are we friends now, Bree? Is that all it takes? All these years I've been struggling. Thanks. Great, Bree. You're just blowing my mind tonight. Thanks. Thanks for your service. Where was I? So I turned 40 recently. 3 years and 2 days ago. I've been doing that joke for a little while now. Math gets harder. Every year math gets harder. Anyway, I turned 40 and what's the rest of that joke? There you go. Hangovers last 2 days now. It sucks, you guys. Just as every cider I pound back, well, there goes Monday afternoon. I guess I didn't need to get off the toilet that day. Yeah. Did you know that aging has a sound? None of you have heard it before because none of you are old enough for it. I'm looking at you all, you're all too young. This is a part of the set where I make it all relatable. Because you're all so young, you don't understand. But in 15 years you'll be like, oh yeah, that's true. There's a sound to aging, and you know what it is? It's the sound of the ear hair trimmer. None of you have heard it before. You all will. And it sounds like this. Old fuck. Yeah, there are kids in the yard. Werther's candies are pretty good. It's the sound of aging. I don't hear it as much as I should because every now and then I'm like, oh, they're long. Speaking of the sounds of aging, I was listening to an internet radio station the other day. I'm dynamic. And don't pay for the subscription, so there's ads, because fuck that. And I chose for my starting band the Smashing Pumpkins and told Pandora to go from there. And it was mixing me a good set. Some Smashing Pumpkins, some Radiohead, some Rage Against the Machine. But every 15 to 20 minutes it would break for commercial. And every commercial break I'd hear one for AARP. The American Association of Retired Persons. It's like they were customizing the radio station to me because I picked the Smashing Pumpkins. When did the Smashing Pumpkins become retirement music? I like it. Today is the greatest day to buy some life insurance. Can't wait for tomorrow. You might not have that long, you old fuck. That's one of the things that is different about my generation than any others before mine, is the music. Mine is the first generation. It seems to be that every previous generation, the young people would listen to music, and the old people would say, "What is this? This is violent and sexy, gross and just disgusting. You kids with your hips and your grinding and your dancing, it's awful." And they would get old, and then they would say that to the next generation and the next generation. And mine is the first generation going, "What is this pussy shit? Jason Mraz? Are you kidding me?" I remember when rock stars used to die from gunshots and heroin overdoses, and it was great. We're gonna see a news headline in the future that the keyboardist from Vampire Weekend died because he tripped over his extra long vintage scarf and didn't catch himself because he was Instagramming with one hand and soy latteing with the other. And a whole generation of old people like me are gonna go, "Well, it's sad, some young artist died." And then we're gonna hear the music and go, "Yeah, not that sad." Because here's the thing. I think the bands from my generation could physically fight and beat the bands of today. Like, I would really love to see a fight between Rage Against the Machine and Mumford & Son. Ooh. This is for the people of the sun. Punch. I'd even go so far as to say the boy bands of my generation could fight and beat the boy bands of today. Like, I'd love to see a fight between One Direction and New Kids on the Block. Have you seen Donnie Wahlberg recently? He looks hungry. How we doing, guys? How we doing, all right? How we doing, guys? Are we doing all right? I should have done that like that, right? Okay. Thanks. Are you gone? You just put your head down? You're my anchor, Brady. Don't go away. Thank you. Don't go anywhere. I'll let it go. Don't do it again. I'm all alone up here, Bree? Thanks. You too, Daniel. You're all right. I'm not moving in on your lady. I couldn't. She seems small and fast, so... Need her hand. Okay. I'm not used to that noise. Okay. I am... One of the things that happens when you get old is things start becoming more difficult. Getting out of bed, caring, sex. Even jerking off is like a chore now. It's something, I keep doing it, but mostly because I'm afraid if I stop, I'll never start back up again. You know, I just hate to find out that I just stopped and couldn't do it ever again, and then for some reason I had to emergency jizz. That house is on fire. I'm sorry. So now I just kind of do it as a chore, just kind of something I have to take care of about once every 2 weeks. I I'm exaggerating, don't worry. So it's just like, it's been a while. I want to go to bed though. So I want to get this done quick. Hey, internet, can you give me some of that special porn, that like really special custom porn that's just for lonely people? Oh, all of it, okay. Cool. Now let's speed it up. Clown porn? Good. Going hard in the paint. I call back to somebody else's joke and I only said it because I heard him laugh. I'd get laid more often if I put any effort into it at all. Like I don't put any effort into dating. I just kind of swing for a bunt. Go soft in the paint, I guess. My dating strategy has just been kind of going to my door every couple of weeks and just throwing it open and going, is there any pussy out there? No? Yeah, that's about right. Just close it. I did Tinder for a little bit. No. It's bad, I hate Tinder. I hate it because I'm just pre-rejecting people. Like, no, we're not going to get along. Like, if she's on top of a mountain, like, no, she's going to be disappointed in me. And if they have a dog, no, swipe left. Not that I don't like dogs, but what if I like the dog more than she likes me? And then I have to do that thing where I'm like, hey, I'm not stalking, I just want to hang out with your dog. Oh, okay, bitch. The dog, not her. This is a true story. I was sitting on my couch on Tinder next to my roommate, and she was on Tinder because we were relating to each other as modern humans do by not talking and looking at our phones. And her face came up on my Tinder. So I held up my phone and I showed her own face, and then I reached up with my finger and I uninstalled the app forever. Because we don't need to have a confirmation one way or the other on that, because either way she's going to stop paying rent and need that sweet, sweet cheese money. And LaCroix. I lied about uninstalling it forever, though. I recently reinstalled it just to try it out again, and I realized that there's another thing that sucks about Tinder, and it's that this town is really small, and you're going to see people you know on that, and if you swipe left on them, and then later they swipe right on you, they're going to know you've rejected them. And that's awkward. It's like when you were in middle school and you were playing that thumbs up 7-Up game. You all know that? You all played it? No? Then this joke isn't going to work. You know it. Anyway, you put your head down, you put your thumb up, and your friend gets picked to push thumbs down. You're like, here we go, buddy. And you stick your head down and he doesn't pick you. That motherfucker. Still hate you, Jeff. That's what that means. That's what that's like. That's why I hate Tinder. Because nobody pushes my thumb down. You ever been just doing a fuck? And you have that realization like 5 pumps in where you're like, oh no. One of us is doing this really bad. I wonder if it's her. Nope. Shit. How do you dismount gracefully from that? So, politics and the right. Trump has got me soft, sorry. He does. If you ever want to last longer, guys, just picture him grabbing a pussy, I guess. Have you ever had sex with somebody and then found out that after you had sex with them, they decided to stop doing all those drugs they were doing to get their lives in order? Have you ever been somebody else's rock bottom? I have. But I had a couple realizations after that happened. Number one, I saved a life that day, so you're welcome. Number two, that is just an untapped dating market for me. Just women who are almost bottomed out. Just swoop in there and be like, hey, ladies. Are you almost at rock bottom? You don't know how to pull yourself out of a nosedive? Well, call old Doughy Joey and let's see how far down the rabbit hole you can go. He has no standards, do you? We guarantee that you'll wake up after an evening of lowered expectations and half-panting sex, saying to yourself, what the fuck have I done with my life? So just call our 800 number, 1-800-BAD-SEX. The extra A is for And you just say our secret passphrase, hey Joel, wanna fuck? And he'll say, Joel's rock bottom sex service. He won't fuck you good, but he will fuck you better. Thank you very much, you guys have been great. Good night.